Hello boys, how's it going today? Now I'm in the middle of the desert in the north of Chile. This is San Pedro de Atacama. This is how it looks like in the morning. But you know what? I didn't like it so much because here it's too dry. I need to drink a lot of water. Yeah, so I think I need to go somewhere like that looks more green, okay? So I will concentrate myself and it will go to another place right now. Good. Here looks good. The water is nice. The air is fresh, but oh, it's cold. It's very, very cold. Oh, oh, oh. This is the south of Chile. This is Caleta Tortel. So, oh, I think I need something in between. Something warmer, but not too dry. Okay, I will concentrate myself. 1, 2, 3. Oof. Here it feels better. But I think I need to remove this. Good. Boys, right now I'm in another neighborhood, in another community. This is Caminito in Buenos Aires, Argentina. Do you remember that place? Okay, we have to continue talking about communities right now. Okay, are you ready to start? Let's do it! Hello boys, welcome once again. Welcome to a new English lesson. Today is Thursday, June the 18th. Are you ready to start? Because I am. And I think Froggy is too. Froggy says, welcome to a new lesson. Thank you, Froggy, for that. And let's start. Here we have our today's agenda. First, we are going to see our today's objective. Then we will read our journal, a new journal. Number 3, we have a new lesson that is related to communities. Number 4, here we have the activities. The activity number 2 and also the evaluated activity. Number 5, we are going to check if we achieved our today's objective. Finally, we have here the recommended video. Froggy says, this is the list of the things we have to do. Let's start with the objective. Today's lesson's objective is to explain who are part of communities. Today we are going to identify the people who are part of the community. Froggy says, think about people who work for communities. Think about your own community. Who are the people who work in your community? So we are going to read our today's journal. This time is called Froggy's Journal. Froggy says, I like writing journals too. We are going to check if Froggy used the side words. This is a funny picture, right? He says everyone can help the community. Froggy, as I, is cold. It's cold, that's why he's wearing a hat and also a scarf. Okay, pay attention. Froggy's journal. Mr. Unhappy and I live in different communities. Sometimes he gets on a bus to come to school. He is a teacher who helps the community. There are other people who can help the community. The person who gives us food at school helps too. She is very friendly. The new story is about communities. Remember, the side words are words that people use every day. I use the side words every day when I talk to people. when I talk to other teachers, or when I talk to students, I use these words. Let's continue. Let's talk about the lesson itself. It's about communities. And there's another title that it says, Community Helpers. Froggy says, what is a community helper? That's a very good question. Today we're going to figure it out. Pay attention. We already know that some communities are in the city and some others are in the country. But there is a difference. Communities in the city are many. They are everywhere because cities are crowded. On the other hand, communities in the country are less than in the city, and the people who are part of those communities are less. Froggy says, I like the city and the country. Let's continue. Do you remember the communities and neighborhoods we talked about last lesson? Let's see. First, remember that a community is a group of people who live in a specific place. Do you remember this community? It's called La Boca or Caminito. This neighborhood or community is in Buenos Aires, in Argentina. This is another one. It's called San Pedro de Atacama. It's in the north of Chile. Atacama is the name of the driest desert of the world. Then we have another community called Tortel or Caleta Tortel. This community or town is located in the south of Chile, in the Patagonia region. Also, we have Santiago Centro. That is where I live. Froggy says, I like those neighborhoods and communities. Let's continue. Now, let's talk about the community helpers. The community helpers are people. Boys, the community helpers are people you can see every day normally. The community helpers are, pay attention, they are the people who work in the community. These people are in our communities, and sometimes we don't realize about that. See, we are going to see some of them today. Froggy says they are part of the community. Let's see. Let's talk about veterinarians or vets. Boys, they are animal doctors. Can you see this cat? It's funny, right? It's a funny picture. Boys, vets are very, very important because we love our pets. We love our pets, and our pets need to be good, need to feel well every day. So, if we have any problem with our pets, so we can call them, and they will be very happy to help us. Froggy says, she can be my doctor. That's right, because Froggy is a frog. Let's continue. We also have police officers. Police officers have to protect people from crime. And some of them look very, very serious, like this. Froggy says they are in charge of security. Sometimes if we have a problem, we can talk to them. If we don't feel safe, if we are scared, we can talk to them and they have to help us. Let's continue. We also have the bus drivers. They take us to many places on a bus. Boys, they are the people who drive the buses. And some of them are very concentrated on their jobs. Froggy says, they will help us if we want to visit Tip. Yes, because we can get on a bus to go to the country in Cajón del Maipo. Of course, today we have to stay at home, but someday we will be able to go to the country and visit it. Now here we have the librarians. The librarians are the people who are in the libraries. They lend us books to read. If we want to have a fun book to read or a book to have specific information, we can go to the libraries. And librarians can help us. At school, at Tabancura school, we have librarians. There is one nice person over there waiting for us. Oh, wait a second. Yes, our librarian is at home, like everyone. But someday you will be able to meet him. Froggy says we have a librarian at school. Yeah, I think we have our common knowledge here in our heads. We have the same information. Good. Let's continue. Now, the mail carriers. Mail carriers are very important too, because they deliver the letters and boxes. We can receive a letter or some documents or special boxes at home just because of them. They help people in that way. Froggy says, a mail carrier gave me a letter from my mom. Yeah, now that I remember, yeah. Last week, he received a letter. Froggy received a letter. And a mail carrier helped him. Okay, we already talked about some community helpers. Now let's concentrate on the new story. Now the new story is about community helpers. And we are going to see the sight words in that story. Boys, this is the cover page of the new story. The name of the new story is People Can Help. But don't worry, we are not going to read the story yet. We are going to read only 2 questions that are before the cover page. And that is page 56. There are 2 questions over here. The first, question number 1. The question number 1 says, who is in the story? In other words, who are the characters of the story? And the answer is, I will say the answer, people. People is the answer. We can see a lot of people here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people. At least there are 8 people in the story. Let's check the second question, question number 2. It says, where does the story happen? Or in other words, what's the setting of the story? Another word to say place of the story is the word setting. The setting of the story is community. So we have new information about the new story. The characters are people and the setting is community. Great. Froggy says, characters are the people from the story. Yeah. Thank you, Froggy, for that information. Yeah, now that I remember. Some weeks ago, we talked about the characters. Okay, so we have the activities for today. Let's see. Instructions. Froggy says, the activities are about communities. Okay, so I think you already know a lot about communities. Let's see. Activity number 2. This is the first page. Instructions for activity 2, right now.
Now, instructions for the activity number 2. Listen. you will see two rectangles with two names, characters and setting. On next page, you will see pictures with information about the story. You have to cut those pictures and paste them in the correct place in the rectangles. Good luck.
Take a look. Froggy says, setting is the place where the story happens. Froggy knows, right? He knows a lot. He's very smart. And the page you have to take those cutouts is here. And Froggy says, only two cutouts. Community and people. They are the answer to complete these rectangles. Let's continue. Then, okay, now it's time for the evaluated activity. Instructions for the evaluated activity are now.
Now, instructions for the evaluated activity. Listen. Pay attention to the box. There are 5 names of community helpers. You have to write those names under each picture. There are 5 pictures. Each name from the box goes with only one picture. And the names cannot be repeated. Good luck.
I think Froggy has something to say. He says, you have to write 5 names. Those names are here. You take those names and write them here, 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 or here. And that's it. That was the activity number 2 and the evaluated activity. Now let's check today's objective. It was to explain who are part of the communities. Let me ask you a question. Can you say the names of people who work in the communities? If the answer is yes, if you can do it, so we are done. You achieved the objective of today. Froggy says, people are part of communities, and that's true. I am part of my community. You are part of your community. I think everyone is important in our community. And again, remember, if you have any question, if you have something to say, or maybe if you want to just talk to me about something, just write, okay? Write an email to this address, fancapi@tabancura.cl. Alright, boys, this is the recommended video for today. The name of this video is Wash Your Hands. I think this video is perfect. Nowadays, we need to wash our hands every day in a proper way. And this video helps us a fun way to do it. Thank you, Pancake Mano, for that. That's a very nice challenge you have to follow. And Froggy says, wash your hands many times every day. Good piece of advice. I will check if the link of this picture is working. And it does. Good. Great. So I can close it. And we are done for today. Thank you so much for being here. And I know that it's very hard to keep ourselves motivated. So I want you to keep that motivation. I will see you on the next lesson video. Have a good rest of the day. Goodbye, boys. Goodbye.